Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream Park. On Gulfstream Park today, your host, Ron Nicoletti, who's going to be flying solo this afternoon. And had a few raindrops this morning. The main track's still listed as fast. Very light rain. It's just one of those cloudy days. But, of course, the Tapeta all-weather. And once again, good morning, everyone. And a little later on, we got the Stronach 5. And, of course, we have the Rainbow 6. The Stronach 5 we'll tell you about a little later on. And throughout the day, $76,000 plus in the carryover pool. I think it's going to have a lot of money in it and some really nice races in that sequence. And once again, the Rainbow Six starts in race number 4 today, and that $150,000 jackpot guaranteed pool. So the main track is fast. Tapeta, of course, you know. If you don't know, it's all weather, always is fast. First race today, we'll go right into the card, is a 7 furlong maiden claimer for 2-year-olds, $35,000. One scratch in here, the number 7, Furlong, one of the horses I did have on my ticket, but I always had the number 4, the Twins Speakers, on top of my ticket, who's dropping to the 35 level. I like the fact they're putting blinkers on this horse after rallying late to finish third. That was against those $50,000 types going to one-turn mile. Trainer is Happy Alter, and he's got Miguel Vasquez handling the turn back today to 7 furlongs. And if you go back and look at the last race, to me it looked like the horse would run better with blinkers, so I'm liking the equipment change. And currently on the board, 7 to 5, but very early in the wagering. What about the first-time starter in here, number 2, Valiant Avenger, who's the son of Valiant Minister, debuting for Ralph Nix with a solid work tab showing over the main track. Includes that recent 3 furlong bullet in 35 and 2. And, of course, Edgar Zayas will be in the saddle this afternoon. And I think when the wagering starts coming in, this horse could end up favored in this race. That is the number 2, Valiant Avenger. A horse that was 15 to 1 in the morning line, I think can run okay in here, and that's a number 3, Grand Andrews, who's a gelded son of Jess's Dreams. I really like Jess's Dreams, their progeny, his progeny. So this one debuts from Ramon Muguet with a solid workout showing. So the barn is 3 for 4 in the money at this meeting so far. No wins, but 3 for 4 in the money. So they've been going okay. I mean, we're just 2 weeks into the meet, and you're getting David Baracco in the saddle. So I thought that maybe the 4, 2, and 3 was horses that you need to look at here to kick off the early pick 5. And by the way, 2 pick 5s today, 2 pick 4s in addition to the Rainbow 6 and the Stronach 5. We're going to go to the Tapeta for race number 2, and I'm going to flip the page here. It's about 5 1/2 furlongs on that surface. Claim is 3 and up, $20,000 down to $16,000. And the number 6 horse in here, allegedly perfect, is debuting on the Tapeta after following his $20,000 turf sprint score, in which he finished second. He was bumped up to first after that steward's decision, and then he had a 12-5 victory going 5 panels on the turf. How hot is David Fawkes been? First, we're going to show you the stat here with horses going from dirt to synthetic at the meet. He's 6 for 10, 40%, 8 for 10 in the money, 80%, and he's got a $6.12 return of investment. And boy, he had won 5 races in a row over 2 days, so he's 8 for 18 at the meet, 44%. So the barns have been in fire, and they by far have the best percentage with horses going from the dirt to the synthetic. So allegedly perfect is going to be take some major serious interest in that race. What about the number 3, Koi, who's cutting back to 5 1/2 furlongs today after showing a fondness for the Tapeta when he shook off trouble at the start. Now he finished second that race, was going a mile and 70 yards, but this one, trainer is Liz Dobles. Both this horse's career victories were at 5 furlongs on the turf. So you see he ran at a mile 70 yards. But if you go back and cruise through those past performances, we know this horse can run at this about 5 1/2 furlong distance, 2 for 2 at the distance. That's his only 2 wins that he has in his career. So interesting angle there with the turn back. And number 4, Graceful Kitten, is shifting to the Tapeta today after rallying to finish third behind aforementioned allegedly perfect on the grass last time out. It's trainer Amador Sanchez. It's got Hector Berrios looking to sit the trip. But there's going to be some speed in here, and I think a couple of horses. This one I think is going to sit the best trip behind the speed this afternoon. So in race number 2, the number 6 is going to be a big favorite, I believe, allegedly perfect, off the stats we just gave you. The 3, Koi, and the number 4, Graceful Kitten. Race 3, we're back on the main track for this one. It's a sprint, 5.5 furlongs. These are maiden claiming 2-year-olds, 8 in the field, no scratches or jockey changes. And the number 7, General Command, is a son of brethren, debuting for Gilberto Zerpa today. Really swift morning workout tab showing up at Palm Meadows. Includes back-to-back half-mile bullet workouts. The barn is 22% with first-time starters. Christian Torres above on this one. He's got 2 in the race. We'll talk about the other Gilberto Zerpa horse in a minute. But this one, I thought maybe I get a little better of a price there, 7-2 on the morning line. The other horse is going to be favored, who we'll talk about. But what about the inside horse in here? Cajun Lover. This one is dropping to the 50 level after setting the pace and fading to finish 8th behind multiple stakes winner Octane. That horse just went on and was so impressive in the final 2 legs of the Florida Sire Stakes Series. That was in a 5-furlong state-bred special weight sprint during July. Kathleen O'Connell, really good, 23% with the 61 to 180-day layoff. Edwin Gonzalez, inside post today. This is one of Kathleen's, my favorite moves for Kathleen, dropping from maiden special weight 250 and running well. So Cajun Lover, don't leave that horse off your ticket. And as I mentioned, the horse that's the morning line favorite, and probably rightly so, is the other one from Gilberto Zerpa. This is a gelded son of Jimmy Creed. He's working well at Palm Meadows, and he boasts that recent half-mile bullet workout in 46-3. Embassy El Jaramillo will ride this afternoon. So I just think that when the smoke clears, maybe the total will tell us who's the real one in there from that barn. Is it General Command or or Eternal Flame? And Cajun Lover, one of the horses that you have to use on your ticket. Sounds like the rain is starting to come down a little bit here. We'll keep you abreast of that. We'll take a break. I'll see how the weather looks and come back here for race number 4 in my Rainbow 6.
In the 2 path. Ground on first inside. Race. A quarter of a mile to go, and he's 6 on top. It's last of the 12 as they roll into the backstretch.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today, and glad I'm a handicapper and not a weatherman. I thought it was clearing up, and the skies have just opened up, so we'll keep you abreast of what the main track condition will be. Just one of these, little rain things from South Florida happening right now. 6 furlongs is going to be the race, race number 4 for claimers 2-year-olds, $25,000. Had the scratch of the morning line favorite in here. Number 2, Gold Special, as I mentioned, was the 3-1 favorite. But let's check out my Rainbow 6 situation here. And I got a $43.20 ticket. And I did go 3 deep in here with the number 5 Adventure Seeker, the 3 Federal Exchange, and the 1 Gilligan, who I think might be the sneaky in that race. In race number 5 today, I went 4 deep. It's so wide open in this race. My long shot was in their Global Empire and was scratched, so I went 4 deep. And Ubiquitous going to take all the money, but I wasn't sold on that horse. My single today comes from one of the horses I like. Had a nice comeback, trouble trip last time out, and that's Trophy Chaser. So singling there in race number 7, 3 deep in there. I'm going to go with Flor de Plata, Hot Foot Susie, and Lanakea Storm. And then in race number 8, really like the chances of Tonally Shaped, but I like Starship Nala for Steve Dwoskin. He's been going so well. Show you that race that the horse had last time. And then in race number 9, I went 3 deep in here with Graham Malbec, You Tread until the end. Another wide open affair. $43.20 for me. Race number 4, as I mentioned, is 6 furlongs, claimers, 2-year-olds, $25,000. I'm going to give Adventure Seeker another chance. This one's certainly looking to make amends after following his open length $16,000 maiden score. Then comes back and runs a distant second as the favorite at this level and distance for Kathleen O'Connell. Embassy El Jaramillo in the saddle. I thought this horse in this spot, I would give a second chance to. I just think that it's a lateral move, and we'll see how Adventure Seeker runs. The number 3 in here, Federal Exchange, goes to the Victor Barboza barn after the claim. Responded last time out to a drop down in competition, really with a rousing $16,000 maiden victory. That was going 6.5 furlongs. The gelding will have Sammy Camacho handling the turn back to 3/4 mile. And going in today, Sammy Camacho, our leading rider, had another multiple win day yesterday. And then the horse, when I was talking about my Rainbow Six, I mentioned, that's the one Gilligan, who broke his maiden for $25,000. So I like that. Now he drops after failing to fire, but that was in back-to-back stakes. One of them was the Affirmed, and the other, the Florida Cyrus Stakes finale, and the Armed Forces actually was last race. So 2 back was the Affirmed. And those were both going 7 furlongs. One Alvarado, he's got Edgar Zayas handling the turn back to 3/4 mile. I just thought this horse, going back to where it belongs, they took a shot with Gilligan and didn't handle it that well. That 7-day cruise was not what he needed. So that is race number 4. Let's flip the page, go to race number 5 this afternoon. This is where our final pick 5 will start. At 6.5 furlongs, these are maiden optional claimers, 3-year-olds and up, $40,000. And as I mentioned when I was talking about my Rainbow Six, had my long shot in here today. It was the 8 Global Empire, not going to compete this afternoon. So we're going to have a field of 7. And the number 1, Ubiquitous, is a half-brother to multiple stakes when it chanced, who's dropping to the 40 level and turning back to 6.5 furlongs. Didn't run well against maiden special weight competition. Let's go back and show you that race 2 starts back, from the 316 home. I just thought this horse, I remember betting this horse up at Saratoga, and this horse was just ding-donging it to the wire on the inside there, and I just thought this horse was going to, just held on gamely, now lost the battle here. You see, still trying to fight back. So I thought this horse, off that performance, the drop to the $40,000 levels, of course, for Saffy Joseph Jr. Looks like a major player in here. So as I mentioned, half-brother to multiple stakes win a chance at one of our favorite horses here in South Florida. I think this horse at 40 is going to be a major player with Edgar Zayas in the saddle. Number 2, Mish, will race without the blinkers this afternoon. Really was a good performance by this horse last time out. Went up and set the pace. Finished second at this level of competition, going 3/4 mile. The trainer is Crystal Lanham, and you got Lionel Reyes named to ride. And then you got the number 5 horse in here, Tuwame, is a son of productive sire Kozan, debuting for Ralph Nix. Lasix, and as I mentioned, Sammy Camacho in the saddle. He's been riding really great, so he is leading rider as we go into today. So for race number 5, Ubiquitous, Mish, and the number 5, I think it's Tuwame. I'll check with Pete on that, but it looks like Tuwame or Tuwame, the number 5. Just call it the number 5. It's much easier. That is race number 5. Lost my long shot in there. Did not like that. Race number 6, about 1.70 miles under to Peter, an allowance optional claimer for 3-year-olds and up. The optional tag is $62,500. Now, number 2, Trophy Chaser, is going to stretch out around 2 turns on the Peter. I'm going to go just show back and show you this horse. Just had so much trouble in its last race. He lacked room. I thought he finished a really helpful third. You're going to see him here. He's number 2 horse at Trophy Chaser. And he just really had nowhere to run. And I had bet him in this race. And I thought he was going to run, he just didn't have a spot. He had a tip out here, you're going to see. And I thought he ran very well. And that was his first race back from a 16th-month layoff. Got oodles of back class, and you can see him here. He finally gets through, and he has a chance, and I thought he ran exceptionally well, and he was just behind the 8 ball throughout the race, and there you can see him closing very well through the stretch. So second off the bench for Juan C. Avila, Lionel Reyes handling the combo, surface switch, stretch out. Of course, the unknown is how this horse will handle it. Peter is a grade 3 winner at this distance of 1 mile at 70 yards and 1 mile in the 16th. So certainly Trophy Chaser, a major player for me this afternoon. The number 5, Light Fury, will try and make it 2 in a row on the Peter. He dueled throughout this horse and held sway to defeat 25 starter allowance runners, going 1 mile and 70 yards for Ron Spatz. 28% Ronnie is winning consecutive races. And who's in the saddle? Sammy Camacho. So maybe he can win another one for Ronnie Spatz today. And Ronnie Spatz, this horse was rather impressive, ran against the bias today. I'm screaming because the rain is really loud here on the set. So number 5, Light Fury. And then the number 3, Fighting Force, is dropping to this $62,500 level after returning from Del Mar to defeat those 75 optional claimers going this distance on the Tapeta. Jeff Engler has Miguel Vasquez at top. This is a $400,000 son of Air Force Blue. So certainly you got to give this horse a major chance. I don't know what he is on the morning line this one. He is second choice. You have the figures there. I like Trophy Chaser, but I can understand using both Light Fury and Fighting Force on your tickets. But that's my single in the Rainbow Six. Race number 7 today. 6 furlongs. I don't think it'll be a fast main track when we get off the air here with all the rain we're having right now. Maiden special weight, state-bred filly, 2-year-olds. Did have a scratch in here from the number 6, but still a full field of 10 in this race. And Flor de Plata is turning back to 3/4 mile after dueling for the lead. And let's go back and show you this race. It's easy to do that. We're going to pick it up from the 3/16 home when they duel throughout with Hotfoot Susie. So you see Hotfoot Susie's there is the number 2. Flor de Plata is the number 6. And I just thought it was a really nice battle between these two. And of course, the 2-horse on the inside, Hotfoot Susie, ends up drawing clear right at the end. But, you know, Flor de Plata didn't run that bad. And here comes a horse flying on the outside to ruin everything for the 2-horse there and get up under the shadow of the wire. So going back to Flor de Plata, turning back to 3/4, which I like. You saw that duel for the lead and weekend when finishing 3rd. That was going 6.5. Jorge Delgado is 33% with his freshman runners, and I think that race is going to set this horse up perfectly today. Chantal Sutherland atop this daughter of Uncaptured. And you saw Hotfoot Susie had the victory taken away from right at the shadow of the wire, renews the rivalry with Flora after dueling with her throughout. And when the smoke cleared, as you saw, she was second in front of her, but got beat by the 10-horse in there. Joe Orsino has Luca Panici handling the rematch. And then the number 10 horse in here, Lanakea Storm, certainly eligible to take a positive step forward after taking the overland route when rallying 5 wide to finish 3rd in a career debut at this level and distance for Jose D'Angelo. And he's got Emiciel Jaramillo in the saddle again. So race number 7, 3, 4, and number 10. Really nice 8th race. We got some really nice races on the card this afternoon. This is a 1-mile allowance optional claimer for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. The optional claiming price of $62,500. And we're going to start it off with number 2, Tonalist Shape. Really a classy daughter of Tonalist, will try and rekindle her horse for course status. She's got 8 races here with 5 wins in the 3rd, followed a 3rd place finish here at this level and distance. She goes up and she tries the turf at Kentucky Downs in the $400,000 One Dreamer and just doesn't run a step. So Safi Joseph Jr. putting her back on the dirt, adding blinkers. This is a previous grade 2 winner. That's what I'm saying. She's got a ton of back class. Now, Starship Nala, we're going to pick up this horse's last race from the 3/16 home when Starship Nala finishes second to stablemate Starship Bonita. And this is My Time, who's the morning line favorite, finishes 3rd. But just watch how game this horse is here, stretching out to the mile. Duel throughout to finish 2nd. You can see Starship Nala was 16-1 that day. Just a great race. And who gets her? You know, just duels to the stretch and gets beat by her stablemate, who is 30-1 that afternoon. So Steve Dwoskin 1-2 in that race. And this time is on the inside. This My Time is on the inside. So that was the horse that's a morning line favorite. But I think Tonalist Shape is going to class up nightly. Got a little rain inside the set here right now. So always interesting here at South Florida when it starts raining. Race number 9, about 1 mile and a 16th on the Tapeta. Claimers 3 and up, non-winners of a race since April 22nd. And we have a scratch of the 2 in here. And we're going to go back and show you the performance of Grand Malbec, Uhtred, until the end. The three of these horses, there you see till the end, Uhtred and Grand Malbec, and Uhtred and Grand Malbec just dueling through, and till the end runs okay. Later on, you're going to see that's the number 4. But watch these two here. So you got Grand Malbec, who I think did all the dirty work, breaking from post 11. There's Uhtred, but who comes in the middle? Chantal, and springs a 25-1 upset with Farley. So no Farleys in this race today, so we'll see how these three horses fare again today. And you might want to look at the number 8 in there, Katie's Cowboy, who has run well in the past on the Tapeta. So interesting situation here in race number 9 of Final Race in the Card. Take a short break, and we'll come back with today's lightning round.
Start winning at the races with Daily Racing Form's new mobile pass performances. Access the most trusted information in horse racing, including exclusive buyer speed figures and DRF analysis and selections. Experience the new mobile optimized DRF pass performances on your phone from anywhere at any time. Go to drf.com/now. Use coupon code NOW to get a free single card and get the power of DRF in the palm of your hand.
Welcome back for the aptly named lightning round. We got some lightning behind us. The main track is now sealed and sloppy. Of course, the Tapeta all-weather. Big day at our sister track tomorrow in Maryland. One of their best days, and that is Maryland Million Day. The Jim McKay, Maryland Million. There you see wide open race. You got Tapping Cat as the 6-5 favorite, but if you go back and handicap this race, it is a great betting race, and of course that'll be Saturday. Bunch of stakes races up there, so we'll see how that plays out. So make sure you watch it. One of the greatest days, and that turf course up at Laurel is really nice. As I mentioned earlier today, we're going to start the Rainbow Six, the Stronach 5, with a big carryover of $76,823.80. I'm thinking there's going to be $250,000 in it. We put a ticket together each and every week. Me, Matt Dinnerman, Frank Miramati. Everybody puts a ticket together here, and there you see it, $48 for us, and it's certainly a good ticket to bet, $48. And then, finally, one of my favorite guys, I love his family, and that is Mario Pino, who recorded his 7,000 career victory. And he was down here this summer, and he said, once I get 7,000, I'm calling it quits. He's one of only 10 jockeys to get 7,000 victories. And guess what? He's retiring as of tomorrow, so he kept his word, and what a great guy, and just a really nice guy. I mean, he's won every award you can possibly win. Just an outstanding guy, like I said, with an outstanding family. So that is the card. That is the lightning round. I'm going to go back, dry off, and I'll be back here for race number 1.